Hello guys and girls listening to this is Rihapega, and it's like 2:11 a.m. and I couldn't sleep, so I decided to just make a video or something. Maybe I will fall asleep. Also, in this video I'm gonna try something a bit different. Like usually my videos, I just put the text and I scroll it while I read it, and in this video I'm just gonna put static pictures. So please let me know if you prefer this new format or the old format. But yeah, as usual, we're gonna check a subreddit community. Today's subreddit communities are entitled parents, so let's check it out. My sister's experience with my entitled teacher. So I just posted about my second grade teacher, and I just found out that my sister had experience with her before I did. So it's the week after Christmas break, and my sister got Star Wars action figures for Christmas. She was a tomboy and loves Star Wars to this day. Being 6 years old, she brought them to school to show her friends her new toys. A whole day goes by and she never got in trouble for this until the after-school program. This teacher was one of the counselors in this program. My sister is playing with her toys and enters E.T. "You can have this here." My sister, "There is no rules against it though." The entitled teacher replies, "I'm going to have to take those away now." So this lady takes them, and of course my sister never gives them back. Later, we found out from our mom that the action figures were limited edition and really expensive for a kid's toy, and E.T. took them knowing this. And I just found out that she got arrested for stealing the wrong thing from a parent/chaperone. Karma at its best. This is what happens when you think it's easy to steal from people in a school setting. I know someone who is friends with teachers from that school, and apparently she tried stealing a smartphone from the parents' bag while they were getting ready to unload a bus after field trip. Needless to say, she needs help. Wow, what a story. This reminds me of the sketchbook story, the one with the entitled teacher. It's very similar. So this story was sent to me by a subscriber, Predator House Pet, so let's check it out. Teachers can really suck sometimes. This story happened to a friend of mine's sister. He's told me this a few times near tears for what she went through. His sister's 7th grade math teacher hated her for whatever reason and decided to take it out on her. She was normally a quiet kid, well behaved and got straight A's in all her other classes, but was failing that class because the teacher would change all her grades and throw away her homework. The teacher sent home notes to her parents saying she would disrupt class and refuse to do any work. Unfortunately, her parents weren't all that involved and simply believed the notes. Her dad made her punishment progressively worse each time she brought home a failing report card or a note from the teacher. It had started simply, with her being grounded for a few days or standing still in a corner for a few hours, but then the teacher sent home a particularly nasty note, claiming she had cussed the teacher out and left class without permission only to get caught smoking in the bathroom. If her parents had paid more attention, they would have noticed 1. She wasn't written off for this by the school, which is procedure. Number 2. She doesn't smoke and didn't smell like smoke when she came home. Her dad thought she was acting this way on purpose just to spite him. He decided his previous punishment were too soft to get her to behave, so she was punished pretty severely for that note. I will call what he did abuse. Her dad made her stand barefoot in a freezing cold garage with her face in the corner for over 15 hours, from when she got home from school all night until it was time to go to school again. Her dad would periodically check to make sure she was standing absolutely still and silent in the corner. They didn't let her eat dinner, so her brother, my friend, snuck her some food at around 3 am. When the punishment was over, she was exhausted because she hadn't slept, and her feet were numb and nearly frostbitten, but she was still expected to go to school. He didn't turn in any work during class and did all the homework, saving it all in a file, but didn't turn it in. The teacher liked him, so he was miraculously getting A's despite this. Then one day he gives his sister a big hug in full view of the teacher and tells her, "Have a good day in class, sis." The teacher asked, "That's your sister?" He said yes, and the teacher gave him a disapproving look. My friend starts touring in his work from that day on, but he suddenly starts failing. He keeps all the graded papers showing correct answers marked wrong, with failing grades on top, and took pictures of all the correctly answered homework before turning it in. He also kept a notebook with the dates the teacher claimed he never turned his homework in. When he felt he had enough evidence, he went to his mom and showed her everything, explaining the same thing had happened to his sister and that's why she failed, that it was not her fault. His mom explained everything to his dad and they went to the principal with the evidence. His dad just about flipped out, saying that he was forced to repeatedly discipline his daughter because he thought she was intentionally misbehaving when it was that teacher all along. The principal conducted an investigation into the teacher's grading practices and they found a widespread problem of the teacher playing favorites going back at least 5 years. Turns out he never graded anyone's work honestly. He assigned grades based entirely on how much he liked or disliked the student, and thought nothing of fabricating notes home to get the students in trouble with their parents. Obviously they fired the teacher. Now, did the dad apologize to his daughter after learning he punished her for no reason? Of course not, and he couldn't admit he was wrong for not believing her brother either. He told her the experience will build character and that kids need discipline anyway, even though he had practically exploded in the principal's office over it. I don't know whether to be more upset with the teacher or her dad. They were both horrible to her, but I'm really glad my friend was able to get some sort of justice for his sister. He seems rather proud of how he went about it, but I can tell the whole thing mentally scared him by the way he tells the story, even though it happened many years ago. They are both in their 30s now, and the sister is married and a wonderful mom to 2 kids of her own. So thank you again, Predator Housepet, for sharing this story. And wow, yeah, this seems more like an art raised by narcissist story. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard of that subreddit, but wow, like, yeah, there are some very bad teachers out there. Okay, so let's be honest, like, I'm a teacher, so of course you're gonna have your quote-unquote favorites, but mostly the favorites are already pretty smart kids, or, you know, well, I don't teach kids, I teach college students, but usually if you have favorites, it's because they earned it, like they are good students and they do the homeworks and they do the work correctly and all that, like so basically they earned it, right? Like, they earned the status of being your favorite, well, quote-unquote favorite. And in my case, like, they are not even favorites of mine, like, there are just some students that I trust more than others, because, you know, like, maybe there are some students that, okay, they want to, I don't know, go to a concert on a weekend, so they tell you, oh, well, I have to work this weekend, can I be absent? So, like, you know who to trust, like, or who is more trustworthy, or who really, like, is telling you the truth, because sometimes, like, they tell you, okay, well, I need to be absent in this class, and, like, they don't really need to be absent, like, they just probably are not going, like, things like that, right? So, I think favorites, in this case, like, it's people that earn your trust, I guess. And also, in the other hand, like, it's not like you are taking points from the people that you like the people that are not your quote-unquote favorites. Like, it's not like you're gonna take points from them for not being your favorites, right? So yeah, in this case, like, I just think, like, why would you take, like, I don't understand. And there is another important aspect of this story, like, I didn't understand. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, there are some students that you probably don't like. Like, there are some students that don't do the homeworks, don't do work, like, they just are probably not taking notes, they don't care about the class, basically. So those are the students, like, you don't really care about either. Like, for me, like, if you don't want to learn, well, like, okay, don't, whatever. Remember, I teach college kids, so if they are not, I mean, college students, so, like, they are already of age. If they don't want to learn, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, hey, you need to take notes. Like, no, screw it, like, okay, I don't care. But yeah, the thing is, if we go back to the first part of the story, Predator Housepet says that she was normally a quiet kid, well-behaved, and got straight A's in all of their classes. So apparently she was a pretty good kid. Like if she's quiet, she gets good grades, and she's well-behaved in every other class. Like, why would this teacher have anything against this girl? Like, I really don't understand. Because, like, as I said, like, obviously, I mean, I personally have never had anything against any of my students, but of course there are students that, like, they misbehave, they sometimes they don't stay quiet and stuff. So yeah, they get on my nerves from time to time. But, like, why would I have anything against a student that is quiet and will behave? Like, I don't understand that. If you're listening to this, Predator House Pet, thank you a lot for the story. Could you clarify, like, did your friend ever tell you, like, why would the teacher be like that with his sister? Because, like, that doesn't really make any sense to me. If the student was quiet and all that, like, why? But anyway, guys, that's it. I think it was a super long rant, but I don't know, like, as a teacher, like, this just infuriated me. So yeah, that's it. Bye. But anyway, as a gift for listening to my long rant, if you're still listening and watching this, here's a picture of Ruby. She's sleeping right now as I'm talking, so yeah, bye. Girls and guys, I would love to hear your comments about this subreddit community. Also comment on what subreddit I should do next. As always, a like, comment and share is greatly appreciated. And please subscribe if you like the content. Bye.